Buzz's Appliance Repair Service coming to you on the tubes. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the drum support rollers on your Whirlpool or Kenmore or Lady Kenmore 27-inch electric or gas dryer. So the first thing to do is to disconnect the dryer from the wall outlet, and I'm going to show you how it's done. Alright, so the first step is we're going to remove this lower axis panel. We're just going to take a flathead screwdriver and pry and that just pops out, and just pull up and remove. Alright, so the next step is to detach these door springs here. Unhook them there from those holes. Take your 1/4-inch nut driver, unscrew these two screws here on the lint filter housing, and then pull the lint filter out. Let this come out here. This is pretty filthy. I'm going to have to vacuum it. Alright, so the next step is we're going to have to remove the two screws here to get access to the innards here. And on this particular model they're located here at the front, so okay, and just remove these. Set them aside where they won't get lost, and then pull the control panel up. Might have to slide this out just a little bit. Let it rest, and then there are 3 screws here. You can either use a flat 1/4-inch nut driver, excuse me, to remove these, or you can just use a Phillips screwdriver. Okay, so then, now with those screws removed, you can slide this top panel out. Just lift up and remove it. Actually, we'll have to disconnect. Come up. We'll have to disconnect the wires connected to the door switch assembly there. There's 2 here. And they pull out. It's kind of hard, but it should pull out easy enough. Okay, with those wires removed, it was kind of hard to pull them off. You might have to wiggle them off a little bit. With that removed, now you can unplug this harness, and plug this too. Kind of hard, but yep. And now what you can do is remove the screws right here, the 1/4-inch, and then we come down here. Down here there are more nut driver screws. Okay, so now this will pull out, and we can set it aside for now. And here are 2 of the rollers that we're going to be replacing. Might as well go ahead and do these now. Alright, so these are the new parts that I got in the kit. Comes with a new belt, new set of 4 rollers, new tensioner pulley with a washer, and new tri-rings to secure the drum rollers. So first thing we need to do, we need to remove the tri-rings off the old rollers, and the cat scratching at the door. should pull off. And yeah, just like that. And the old roller should pull off. It's pretty dirty. Yes, Chloe, I hear you. And then the old rings should pull off the back here. Okay, so we had a little bit of fun getting that back tri-ring off of there, off the first one. So now take our new tri-ring. First we better wipe down the shaft. Get all the debris off of there. Make sure it's clean it up. Ready. And yes, I am definitely going to vacuum here once I'm done with this. Put the new one on. I have to kind of whittle it. Well, if you grab the sides here with a pair of pliers and you pull out on them and stretch this out, that kind of helps get it past that first groove and to get it seated into the back groove there. So now I'm going to take our roller, slide it on there, and then take our second tri-ring and get it seated in the front groove here, just like that. So now your first roller's in, and you repeat the same thing with the next one. Okay, so this is kind of a tricky angle here, but right there is where the tensioner pulley is, which hooks the belt to the motor pulley, and there's the belt. And we're going to have to undo that, so I'm going to need you to hold the camera. Alright, so now I've done the belt from the motor pulley and the tensioner pulley, so it's loose now. What you can do is grab it by the belt and then lift up, slowly slide it out. And then move it out of the way. Pause. Okay, so you can go ahead and discard the old belt because we got a new one. And let's see. So now we have access to the inside. This would be a perfect time to clean and vacuum out any lint buildup that's inside here. Okay, so after changing out the rollers, the next thing to do is replace the tensioner pulley, which is right here. And there's a tri-ring that you're supposed to pull off, which I already pulled off to show you. And then the tensioner pulley should pull off the shaft. This one's a little bit stiff, so I might need to clean that off or do something. And then there's a little washer back here that should pull off too. It might be. I don't have any grease on me right now at the moment, so there's really nothing I can do about that. Put the new washer and pulley on there. I don't think there's a specific way you gotta put it on there. And it turns pretty freely, so that's good, I guess. Sort of where you can see that groove there. There's a groove on that shaft where this tri-ring will go. Just like that. Alright, so after doing all that, we're ready to put the new belt on the drum and slide our drum back into position. There's grooves here at the side which allow it to slide through. Make sure you get it aligned onto the back lip there where the bulkhead is. And you should feel it kind of seat into place. Just kind of turn it and make sure you watch. Make sure everything's nice and smooth. And make sure it's aligned with the pulleys or the rollers. And then I'm going to need you to hold the drum up so that I can re-thread, re-loop the belt around the tensioner pulley. So this is kind of tricky, but it's in. I think it's in. Yeah, should be in. I'll turn it clockwise. Make sure it's aligned. It's pretty much seated, so you could just kind of let it lean forward like that. And then I'm going to go grab the front panel. Have to get this aligned on the front pulleys. And get this lifted up and seated. So now we can go in and install our two nut driver screws. Make sure you go ahead and install the two bottom screws here at the bottom of the front panel first, and make sure you got everything aligned so that it's seated on the rollers. Make sure this part of the drum here is seated on the rollers so that it's aligned, and then make sure you turn the belt or the drum. On this one it's clockwise. Make sure you turn it clockwise a full rotation to get the belt aligned. It also sounds pretty smooth too, just from turning it, so we'll see how everything sounds when we put it all back together. Okay, so with the front panel installed, next thing is to reattach, reconnect everything down here. So give me a minute to do that, because it's going to probably take 2 hands. Okay, with everything reconnected up, you can just pretty much go ahead and reinstall the top panel, and just slide it in to these little tabs here, and then resecure it with the 3 screws. Okay, go ahead and close the control panel down. Get it lined up with those tabs to go into those holes, and then reinstall the screws securing the control panel. Okay, now that the top's back together, go ahead and reinstall the lint filter housing, and slide it into this little tab here. Kind of tricky to get this in here, reposition it, but bear with me. There we go. And like that. And then we secure it with the 2 screws here on each side. After reinstalling the blower housing and reinstalling the door springs, just hook them back in. Slide the front panel. You can wind up on those 2 tabs and the little slots there. Snap the panel back in. And that's it. Now you can go ahead and plug your dryer back in and test it out. Set the timer. Test her out. It's pretty quiet to me. These are the old rollers here. I find it kind of weird how they colored, or they made these red, but the new ones that I put in were green, or kind of a greenish color to them. So I don't know. We'll let this run for a little bit on the air cycle, about 20 minutes, I guess. So there you go. That's how you replace the rollers on your 27-inch dryer when it's making a squeaking noise. Seems to run pretty smooth. Yeah, this is no story on that, but anyway, my card is starting to run out, so I better wrap it up here. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope that was helpful. And yeah, once again, that's how you replace the rollers on your Whirlpool built 27-inch gas or electric dryer when it's making a squeaky noise or some sort of noise during operation. So now it's running pretty smooth. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please consider clicking the like and subscribe buttons so I can provide more of these videos for you here in the nearby future.